1. Mostar, the timeless soul of Herzegovina. Mostar is more than a city. It is a living canvas of resilience, beauty, and centuries-old cultural exchange. The jewel of Herzegovina, Mostar lies nestled along the turquoise Neretva River, and is famously crowned by the iconic Stari Most Old Bridge, a 16th-century Ottoman masterpiece that connects not only the east and west banks of the city, but also the Islamic and Christian worlds that have long coexisted here. The old bridge, destroyed during the Bosnian War in 1993 and rebuilt in 2004, is more than a UNESCO site. It is a symbol of hope. Watch daring local divers leap from its apex, a tradition that speaks volumes about the city's courage. Wander through the cobbled Ottoman-era streets of Bazar Kujanjaluk, a narrow lane full of handcrafted copper goods, rugs, spices, and aromas that recall a lost world. Beyond the bridge, visit Kauskimen Pasha Mosque, where you can climb the minaret for an unforgettable panoramic view of the city. The city's Museum of War and Genocide Victims offers a sobering look into Bosnia's recent history, a necessary stop for deeper understanding. Then head to the Crooked Bridge Kriva Kaprica, a miniature version of the old bridge that predates it, to appreciate the city's layered architectural legacy. Mostar isn't just to be seen, it must be felt. Whether sipping strong Bosnian coffee in a riverside cafe, or listening to the call to prayer echo alongside church bells, Mostar offers an experience that is at once spiritual, poetic, and powerfully human. 2. Sarajevo, the European Jerusalem. Sarajevo is a city where minarets, church spires, and synagogues coexist within sight of one another, where East meets West not as a cliché, but as a lived reality. Cradled in a deep valley surrounded by the Dinaric Alps, Sarajevo is a city of contrasts. Ottoman bazaars stand beside Austro-Hungarian mansions, and tragic war memorials lie just a few steps from hip cafes buzzing with youthful energy. Begin in Baskarcija, the old Ottoman bazaar, where the scent of grilled cevapi and the rhythm of artisans hammering copper crafts echo through the lanes. Here you'll find Sabil Fountain, a meeting point and icon of the city. Don't miss a visit to Gazi Husrev Beg Mosque, one of the finest examples of Ottoman architecture in the Balkans. Just steps away, the Sacred Heart Cathedral and Old Orthodox Church reveal the city's religious diversity. Nearby, Sarajevo's Jewish Museum, housed in a 16th-century Sephardic synagogue, tells of a rich Jewish heritage that once thrived here. Learn about Sarajevo's pivotal role in history at the Latin Bridge, where the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand sparked World War I. Explore the Tunnel of Hope, the secret lifeline that sustained the city during the devastating siege that took place during the Bosnian War. But Sarajevo is not only its past. Visit the Avaz Twist Tower for a 360-degree view, or ride the cable car up Trebavi Mountain, where alpine views meet abandoned bobsled tracks from the 1984 Winter Olympics. As the sun sets, listen to the city's call to prayer and church bells intertwining, a living symphony of Sarajevo's soul. 3. Blagaj, the cliffside monastery of serenity. Blagaj is a place that seems to exist between the material and the mystical. Just 12 kilometers from Mostar, it is home to the Blagaj Tek Dervish Monastery, a 16th-century Sufi lodge dramatically built into a sheer cliff face beside the spring of the Buna River. The emerald water gushes from the cave mouth at the base of a 200-meter-high karst cliff, forming one of the largest and most pristine springs in Europe. The surrounding serenity, accentuated by the rhythmic chanting of dervishes and the flutter of birds in the trees, feels almost otherworldly. You can sit in silence inside the Tek's wooden interiors, still active as a spiritual retreat, and imagine centuries of prayer echoing through its halls. Or enjoy fresh trout at one of the open-air restaurants perched just above the river. Beyond the Tek, hike to Stjepangrad, the ruins of a medieval fortress high above the village, offering panoramic views and echoes of Blagaj's strategic importance during the reign of the Bosnian kings. Blagaj isn't just a stop, it's a retreat for the soul. 4. Kravica Waterfalls, Nature's Cathedral. Tucked into the hills near the town of Ubuski, Kravica Waterfalls are a natural amphitheater of cascading water that offers an ethereal escape during the hot Herzegovinian summers, with a semicircle of waterfalls dropping as high as 28 meters into a sapphire pool below. Kravica feels like a scene from a dream, yet it's entirely real. Formed by the tufa accumulation of the Trebizat River, these falls are a natural wonder sculpted over thousands of years. In summer, you can swim, kayak, or simply float beneath the falls, the mist cooling your face, and the roar reminding you of nature's raw power. Picnic spots, wooden platforms, and small cafes line the edges of the pool, but even during peak seasons, Kravica retains an untouched, Edenic charm. Visit in spring or early fall for the full, thundering glory of the falls and fewer crowds. Kravica is a place not just to photograph, but to surrender to one of Bosnia and Herzegovina's most precious natural sanctuaries. 5. Jajce, where water meets history. Few places combine natural beauty and historical significance as seamlessly as Jajce, a medieval town where a castle overlooks a waterfall in the very center of town. The Pliva waterfall, cascading 22 meters into the Verbas River, is unique not only for its location, but for its serenity amid urban life. Jajce was once the capital of the Bosnian kingdom, and its 13th century fortress still commands the skyline, accessible by winding cobbled streets. Inside the fortress walls, explore the Church of St. Mary with the bell tower of St. Luke, one of the oldest surviving Christian structures in the country. Don't miss the catacombs of Jajce, an underground church carved directly into the rock, an enigmatic and chilling relic of the city's medieval depth. Just outside town, the Pliva lakes offer calm waters perfect for kayaking, fishing, or simply resting in nature's embrace. Jajce is a fusion of nature, architecture, and memory, majestic and deeply moving. 6. Travnik, the Ottoman time capsule. Once the capital of the Ottoman Viziers of Bosnia, Travnik still wears its history proudly. Located in the Lasva Valley, it's one of the few towns where Ottoman heritage remains untouched and immersive. Minarets, colorful houses, and fountains dot the townscape, with the Travnik fortress towering above. From its ramparts, enjoy a sweeping view of tiled roofs and surrounding green hills. Visit the colored mosque Serenity, with its vividly painted wooden interiors, an Ottoman masterpiece that feels almost folkloric in charm. Literature fans will find delight in the birthplace of Ivo Andrić, Yugoslavia's only Nobel laureate in literature. The museum dedicated to his life and work adds intellectual weight to your visit. Add to that the town's famous blue water springs Plava Voda, and Travnik becomes a captivating blend of nature, culture, and timeless tranquility. 7. Počitelj, the Hill of Stone and Silence. Počitelj is an open-air museum, a fortified village draped along a steep hillside above the Neretva River. Its stone houses, mosques, and fortresses rise organically from the cliffs, as though carved from the earth itself. Climb the stone stairways to the Gavrakoptin Tower, a medieval watchtower that offers breathtaking views over the valley and river below. Visit the Hadzi Elijah Mosque, an elegant relic of Ottoman architecture surrounded by fig trees and pomegranate bushes. Artists and poets often flock here to find inspiration among the ancient walls. The silence, broken only by birdsong and the rustle of leaves, makes it a perfect place for contemplation. Počitelj is not just a stop on the road, it is a place to slow down and breathe history. 8. Sutjeska National Park, the wild heart of Bosnia. Sutjeska National Park, the oldest national park in Bosnia and Herzegovina, is a sanctuary of unspoiled wilderness. Home to the Perčica Forest, one of the last remaining primeval forests in Europe, it is where ancient trees tower over mossy floors, untouched by human hands for centuries. Here stands Maglik Mountain, the country's highest peak at 2,386 meters. Hiking to its summit rewards adventurers with views over glacial lakes, deep canyons, and endless alpine landscapes. Explore the Skakavak waterfall, plunging over 70 meters into a forested gorge, or follow trails used by partisans during World War II, marked by poignant monuments like the Jajce Memorial, a brutalist giant that seems to rise out of the earth itself. Sutjeska is for nature lovers, history buffs, and seekers of silence alike, a wild, sacred expanse where Bosnia reveals her untamed soul. 9. Konjic, the bridge between worlds. Halfway between Sarajevo and Mostar, Konjic sits on the Neretva River, surrounded by forested mountains and laced with wartime secrets and Ottoman elegance. Its most famous landmark, the Konjic Stone Bridge, built in 1682 and reconstructed after being destroyed in World War II, is a graceful arc connecting the town's old quarters. Beneath the nearby hills lies the atomic bunker of Tito Arc D0, a Cold War-era nuclear bunker designed to shelter Yugoslavia's leadership. Visiting it today, with its preserved furniture, telecommunications rooms, and eerie emptiness, feels like stepping into a time capsule. Konjic also offers access to thrilling outdoor adventures, including whitewater rafting on the Neretva and hiking in the Prinj Mountains, often referred to as the Bosnian Himalayas. For those seeking both history and adrenaline, Konjic is a must. 10. Višegrad, Bridge of Memory. Set along the green banks of the Drina River, Višegrad is defined by its 16th century Memphasa Sokolovic Bridge, a UNESCO World Heritage Site immortalized in Ivo Andrić's novel, The Bridge on the Drina. Built by the master Ottoman architect Mimar Sinan, the bridge's 11 arches are both literal and metaphorical, a link across cultures, epochs, and human tragedies. Visit the Andrigrad complex, a cultural and architectural tribute to Andrich, blending Renaissance, Byzantine, and Ottoman styles. While controversial in some circles, it is undeniably impressive. Cruise the river or walk along the bridge at sunset, when the water reflects the sky in soft pastels. Višegrad's calm exterior belies deep undercurrents of history, literature, and national identity.